Hello to all my schnoodle puppy enthusiasts. I'm Mary from Growing Puppies, and I'm here today to talk to you about the possible crate or a travel carrier that you might want to choose for your puppy, and especially what to avoid or things to watch out for. So I think this is a really important video because there's really only a few different kinds of crate options that you have for a puppy, and those are the wire crates or the plastic crates. And I've used wire crates for most of my years with the dogs. I mean, pretty much ever since I've had dogs, I've had wire crates. But while I've been raising puppies, I discovered some different dangerous issues, and I'm going to show you now. So this here is the typical wire crate. As you see, there's the door in front. Kind of hard to sort of see it on this video, but hold it open, it opens and closes. When your puppy is very little, they chew on everything. So if you're using this crate, I want to show you that right about here you've got this little square area which is right at the level for a little puppy, and a lot of times they will stick their little jaw in here to chew on it, and their little teeth will get their mouths stuck. Their little jaw will get stuck in there. I've seen it happen. I've been present when it's happened with a puppy. And they scream and they cry and they thrash about. And luckily I was right there, and I quickly got up and helped the puppy get out just by changing his angle. But you can prevent that. First of all, when the puppies are in that stage where they're chewing on everything, you can take a little duct tape and carefully wrap this area. Then the puppies can't get their little mouths in there. Now, it's not going to happen in a space like this because there's a lot of space in there. But these little spaces right here are really small, and they really should. These crates should come with a warning, because the problem is that apparently, if a puppy gets its mouth stuck in there, his little teeth, and he thrashes about, there have been puppies that have broken their jaw, and when that happens, there's nothing you can do. It can't be fixed. Their jaw's broken, and that is then, I think, puppies have to be euthanized when that happens, which is just a horrible thought. So definitely, if you're using these crates for a little puppy, they must be used either with supervision, or better thing to do is just right away wrap up any of these small little square areas that are on the crate. So now that doesn't mean you can't use these, because obviously I have them. My older dogs never chew. I mean, their jaws are too big now for these little square things. Was not a problem. But while they're little, I usually keep my puppies in a puppy pen, and I don't use this right away. And when I do use it, it is under supervision. I don't leave the home and leave them in these crates. I put them in a pen when they're little puppies, and then they grow out of that stage where their jaws are so small to get stuck in there, and also they're not chewing on the bars anymore. So, so that's something you have to know if you're going to use this. And again, probably better to either wrap it up right away or not use it all. Here is another option. This is what I also use and what I really like. This is actually Lily's bed. Lily is a 12-pound Schnauzer. And the advantage of this is that this door, the sizing of these holes is not such that I've had a problem with the puppies ever getting their mouths stuck on this. What I usually do is, when I'm crate training the puppies, is I will hide the doors open or take the doors off while they're learning to be crate trained. But I've never had a puppy have a problem with getting his jaw stuck in that. Now, my puppies are miniature puppies. They it could be that there is a particular size thing with their jaws, but I've heard of it happening with larger dogs too. I guess they're using larger crates, and so So keep that in mind. Now, this one here is an airline crate, a hard shell plastic crate. They're more expensive than the wire crates, but the advantage to them is that they do have these little handles on the top. It's real easy to use it during the day, to put it next to your office while you're doing your work, and you can put your puppy in there while you're keeping an eye on them and potty training your puppy. And then at night it's easy enough just to carry the whole crate up, put it next to your bed, and then it can serve a dual purpose of a daytime carrier plus a nighttime carrier, plus you can put it in your car and take your puppy in the car with you in this. That's another thing, because you definitely want to keep your puppy from just running around. Don't do that when puppies are little. As they get older, they can learn to sit nicely on the back seat or on the seat next to you, but you really have to be careful that you put a seat belt on your puppy if it's not in a carrier, and a seat belt is actually safer than a carrier. So I have Lily here. Lily likes to visit people while I'm on my videos, and this was Lily's crate that I just showed you. And since I'm talking about crates, I'm going to get out her little snuggle puppy, which she's had since she's a baby, and she still loves her snuggle puppy. And so that's a suggestion for you all if you want to make your puppy feel a little more at home in their new carrier. But Lily loves her carrier. At night when I go to bed, she comes up to her bedroom and she just goes in on her own. And she learned to love a pen when she was little, because that's what first thing I do with all my puppies, and what I recommend for you, because you can have the most training success with your dog and your puppy when you teach them to be comfortable in their confinement early on, because then you can control their environment and they won't. It's a safety issue, and it's also a potty training aid. So anyway, I hope that those two ideas for confining your puppy, the travel carrier and the wire crate, that it helps you out. Again, if you do use a wire crate with a little puppy, you must wrap the little square holes with duct tape, and a black duct tape is really nice. It's not that noticeable even. There is another carrier that came out that's like $300. That's supposed to be safer, and honestly, $300 is a lot of money. I've not actually ever bought one of those. I actually already had all my crates before those even came on the market, and so I can't really speak about the advantages of it, but I do know that it's supposed to be a safer carrier. But anyway, something to consider. I don't even remember the name of that one, but I hope that you are conscious of your puppy, and don't leave your puppy for too long in a crate. When they're little, they can be in their crate for 1 hour for each month of their age. I do recommend a puppy camera that you can that you can link to your telephone, and that's a good way to know how your puppy's doing when you leave the house, because you don't want to have your puppy getting super stressed out when you leave for the first time. I always just leave for short periods of time, 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, and keep increasing the bits of time that I leave. I also do not always bring the puppy in the room with me. I like to leave and after the first week, I try to leave the puppy alone in the house, different parts of the house for different periods of time. So when I'm getting ready in the morning, the puppy's going to be in its crate alone. And so those little times, so when it's not following you into the bathroom or wherever it is that you are preparation for when you leave the house, that it has to learn that it's okay when you leave and you will come back. But again, just make sure your puppy is safe every time you leave it alone. And I hope that all your puppies are safe. It just sounds like a terrible thing to have lose a puppy in a tragedy like that. That could be perfectly avoidable. So do be aware of that pitfall to the wire crate. And if you have any questions or need any ideas, let me know. What I should mention one last thing, though. I always think of one last thing. The height of the carrier that you want to get is based on the height of your adult dog. So when you're going to bring your puppy home, if you're not sure which size carrier to get. You can ask your breeder what the adult size height will be from foot to top of the head of the particular breed that you're buying, and then that will help you, because you will choose the crate, the crate that measures for that. So Lily, when she stands up in this crate, her head doesn't hit the top, and she can turn around easily and lie down, and it's a good space for her. She could certainly fit into a smaller crate. Like if she was going on an airplane, she would use a smaller one, and she would just have to lie down, because the carriers that they use in the cabin of the airplane, we're not talking cargo, we're talking the cabin, those are smaller carriers, and those doggies have to lie down, those adult doggies, in order to fit under the seat, and that's something that comes with training. But so this one is for cargo. I'm not sending my dog in cargo, but I still use these. But yeah, so again, you want a bigger carrier for every day that you're using, and it's different for if you want to take your puppy out in the car, or on the, in an airplane. You can use a smaller one if you want to. But anyway, I hope that information helps. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I wish you the best with your puppy. Take care.